What's up, everybody? It's Jordan, and welcome to the Sports Dudeheinzshow. And today I'm joined by a very special guest. He is an FCS All American. He is one of the best edge rushers in this year's draft class. Central Arkansas edge rusher David Walker. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, for sure. I'm super excited to have you on the show. I know we're just a couple days out from the NFL draft. I'm not going to take too much of your time here, but we'll go ahead and get started here. So, you started your career off at Southern Arkansas, and then you ended up transferring to Central Arkansas. What kind of went in that decision to transfer to Central Arkansas?
Yeah, man. Southern Arkansas. It was a good place. I just feel like that. I need to go up another level. I want to play better competition, and Conway just felt like home. I had a coach that was at Southern Arkansas with me, and he left to go coach at Central Arkansas. And man, it was a no-brainer. That was the school that I was going to go to because it was closer to home too.
And I had your teammate recently on the show, Shanderick Powell, and you all put Central Arkansas on the map. You all put up video game-like numbers. And something about Central Arkansas a lot of people don't know about is that they actually have purple turf. What's it kind of like playing on such a unique turf on a weekly basis?
Man, it's one of a kind. Like you said, not many schools have that. I mean, Eastern Michigan, all of them, they have it. But, man, playing on a purple field, it's an advantage. And it's people always griping and yelling about it like, man, this turf sucks. But for us, man, it's home. You know what I mean? It's unique. Not many fields in the world are like it. So I enjoy playing on it.
Oh, yeah, it's super cool. Everybody talks about, Eastern Washington and their red turf, Boise State and their blue. Not many people talk about, the purple turf that Central Arkansas has. And, you put up historic numbers at Central Arkansas, the all-time sack leader, the all-time tackles for loss leader, and, three-time All-American. You were the Buch Buchanan Award winner this year, which is given out to the FCS top defensive player. So heading into like a game for preparation, with your crazy stats that you have on a weekly basis, do you ever have like a certain goal in mind that, oh, today I'm going to get 2 sacks or 3 sacks or like 3 or 4 tackles for loss or anything like that?
Yeah, man. When I first got into college, I was thinking about numbers. But as I've grown into college, man, I learned that if you just go out there and play, that you go out there and give it your best, those things will happen. You know what I mean? If you go out there thinking about it too much, oh, man, I need to get this and this, no majority of the time it's not going to happen. So I just go out and I just try to play and let plays come to me and try to make the plays that do come to me.
Oh, for sure. And you definitely let that happen, being one of the best edge rushers in this year's draft class. And, for somebody who hasn't really watched a whole lot of film in you, how would you kind of describe your style of play?
Man, I'll say my biggest thing that I do is like I run to the ball. I feel like my motor is unmatched. I enjoy chasing people down. I enjoy that feeling of getting to the quarterback. So I feel like for my style, man, I'm a power guy mixed with a little speed, and I just try to win no matter what it costs.
Have you had to describe or kind of talk about one NFL player who would describe your gameplay? Who would it be?
I'll say Brandon Graham. I feel like we're similar to stature. Man, he's a really good player. He's going to be a Hall of Famer one day, and I just like how he used power to speed and speed to power, and he keep mixing it up. And he's relentless, and I feel like that plays a lot into my game too.
Oh, definitely. And like I said, the historic career you had at Central Arkansas, you very easily could have ended up transferring and going to a Power 4 school, getting lots of money, and even more recognition. What went in that decision to stay at Central Arkansas rather than going to a Power 4 school?
Yeah, man, this was just about legacy for me. I can go somewhere else, get 9 sacks, and probably be forgotten after that year. But here at UCA, I was 10 sacks away, 10 tackle for loss away from the all-time record, and now I broke those, and I'm submitted in UCA's athletics forever. So I feel like that was a big part of staying, and I got the chance to play with my brother too. So
super cool. I like smaller schools rather than big time schools. I'm a big Marshall fan, so anytime a guy who plays at Marshall, stays at Marshall rather than transferring, I always respect that more. The loyalty, you don't really see it nowadays in college football. But when you do, I mean, it's awesome to see. And, you were actually invited to the Senior Bowl. And, what things that you were told that you think will really help you throughout your NFL career?
Yeah, just, man, it was just a good experience overall, getting to go up against the best tackles in the world and being able to compete alongside the best talent in the world. And some things that I took from there, man, is just be yourself. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a motor guy, continue to use that. And the coaches, they were stressing it like, man, do what you do that makes you win. There's going to be naysayers. There's going to be all that all the time. But if you continue to put your head down, you continue to work, and you continue to show up every day, consistency, then man, that's just something that I took away from that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like the Senior Bowl is something that you could not only you could learn stuff from like at a professional football standpoint, but also as like a life, situations and life lessons as well and stuff. And you were invited to the Senior Bowl, and you were also invited to the NFL Combine. What was that experience like? Just being at the NFL Combine, competing with some of the best players in this year's NFL Draft.
It was cool. I feel like, man, as a kid, I always watched the NFL Combine. I always watched the top guys go there, and just being invited out of 16,000 college players, and only 300 got to go. I feel like that was an honor. It was I enjoyed every bit of it. We had some long days, long nights, but man, I'll do it again. It was awesome.
And something that some people might not know, you were actually the only FCS defensive lineman invited to the NFL Combine. What's it like knowing that there's not many small school players getting invited, but you were one of the very, very few that were selected to go?
It was an honor. I was honored to go there to compete, to show that, man, we got talent in the FCS. You just got to come find us. And it was just an honor to be that front runner of guys that next year, man, there are going to be more guys that go. So just being that front runner guy to get the chance to go on that side was pretty cool.
And, when you were at the NFL Combine, there's normally lots of kind of crazy or weird questions that players were asked. Were you asked any kind of weird questions at the Combine or anything?
No, I was waiting on it too, but no, I didn't get any. So
at the Combine, obviously every single NFL team is at the Combine. So who all did you end up talking to there?
I had informal meetings with almost every team, but formal meetings I had Tampa Bay and Detroit Lions.
That's awesome. I mean, people really are starting to pick up how great you are, how you're going to be one of the best edge rushers very soon in the NFL. And something I think is absolutely crazy. At the NFL Combine, once the practice was done, you did a crazy backflip. Have you always been that type of athletic?
Yeah. I've always been athletic, man. I've been flipping since a little kid, man. And I feel like I'll never lose the ability to flip.
Yeah, that was absolutely crazy. And with the NFL Draft, it's getting closer. It's just a couple of days away. What all teams have you met with, and what all teams have you went on visits with?
I went to one visit. I went to the Commanders, and I did a private workout with the New Orleans Saints. And I've met with the 49ers. So
I think, you're going to be drafted. In my opinion, I think you'll be drafted on day 2. Is that kind of what you're hearing, kind of a round 2 or round 3? Or?
Yeah. It's 2 through 5. We'll know for sure around Tuesday, Wednesday. But right now, I feel like Saturday.
My favorite team is the Bengals, and I know we need edge rusher so bad. Pairing you with Trey Hendrickson, man, that would be absolutely awesome. We were able to get that done. But, when you're looking at the NFL Draft, throughout this draft process, what is one thing that you've been trying to improve on or work on the most?
I'll just say, man, my get off, my hand placement, and stuff like that. Just the basics, you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people try to skip the small stuff and go to the big stuff, but the small stuff matters just as much as the big stuff. So just really honing in to the basics, the steps, and the reads, and just learning how to read film more and stuff too. So just starting back at the basics.
And when you look at yourself, you had over 30 sacks the last 3 seasons. You were the FCS Defensive Player of the Year, 3-time All American. What is the one thing, in your opinion, that makes you stand out from all these other edge rushers in this year's draft class?
I'll say my effort. You know what I mean? Man, if I'm on the opposite side of the ball, I'm trying to run you down. UAPB game, and I ran 80 yards to get somebody. So just showing that, man, I love the game. Like I love it a lot, and I'm just blessed. God's blessed me with the ability to even play this game. So I'm just gonna glorify Him in all that I can.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And your life is going to change in just a couple of days. So what's the first thing you're going to buy with your first NFL check?
Man, first check, probably my mom a car, man. Then on the second check, I'll get her a house.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm really happy for you. I'm really excited to see where you end up going in this week's NFL draft. Can you kind of tell some of my listeners where they can follow you on social media for your draft process and everything like that?
Yeah, I mainly use Instagram _David and _0 David.
Put that link in the description below. Make sure to follow David on Instagram. Once again, David, thank you for joining the show. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time on the Sports Dude Heinz Show.